This is another sign of the times, an analysis and a commentary. First half of 2012 is warmest on record. The first 6 months of 2012 accounted for the warmest January through June period on record for the contiguous U.S. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has announced the national temperatures averaged 52.9 degrees, 4.5 degrees above the long-term average, NOAA said in a statement. Most of the contiguous U.S. was record and near-record warm for the 6-month period, except the Pacific Northwest. East of the Rockies, 28 states were record warm. The past year also registered as the hottest 12-month period on record in the contiguous U.S., narrowly surpassing the mark set last month. Climate models indicate the hot temperatures are not expected to ease anytime soon. It looks like it's going to stay above normal for much of the remainder of the summer. Last month was the 14th hottest June on record. The average June temperature for the contiguous 48 states was 71.2 degrees, 2 degrees higher than the 20th century average. With much of the nation experiencing scorching temperatures, NOAA found 170 American cities met or broke record high temperatures in June. South Carolina's 113-degree high and Georgia's 112-degree high could be the highest temperature records ever in their respective states. Conditions have also been incredibly dry. It was the 10th driest June on record. More than half the contiguous U.S., 56%, have drought conditions, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. Colorado, which experienced its worst wildfire season in a decade, was 6.4 degrees above normal June temperatures. Wildfires ravaged land across the country, with more than 1.3 million acres burned overall, the second most on record during June, NOAA said. Across a wide stretch of the Midwest, sweltering temperatures and a lack of rain are threatening what had been expected to be the nation's largest corn crop in generations. Already, some farmers in Illinois and Missouri have given up on parched and stunted fields, mowing them over. National experts say parts of 5 corn-growing states, including Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio, are experiencing severe or extreme drought conditions. And in at least 9 states, conditions in 1/5 to 1/2 of cornfields have been deemed poor or very poor, federal authorities have reported. Crop insurance agents and agricultural economists are watching closely, a few comparing the situation with the devastating drought of 1988, when corn yields shriveled significantly, while some farmers have begun alluding, unhappily, to the Dust Bowl of the 1930s. Far more is at stake in the coming pivotal days, with the brief, delicate phase of pollination imminent in many states. Miles and miles of corn will rise or fall on whether rain soon appears and temperatures moderate. It all quickly went from ideal to tragic, said Don Duval, a farmer in Illinois who, in what was a virtually rainless June, has watched 2 of his cornfields dry up and die, as others remain, and some uncertain, in between. Every day that passes, more corn will be abandoned, Mr. Duval said, but even if it starts raining now, there will not be that bumper crop of corn everyone talked about. In its most recent assessment, the Department of Agriculture reported that 48% of corn crops nationally were in good or excellent condition, a drop from 56% of crops a week earlier. In some states, though, the circumstances were far worse. In Indiana, half of corn crops were designated poor or very poor, and in Illinois, another state among the nation's top corn producers, only 26% of crops were considered good or excellent. John Hawkins, a spokesman for the Illinois Farm Bureau, said those in the southernmost sections of his state are close to or past that point of no return, while elsewhere there's a lot of praying. It's hanging on by a thread. So far, more than 24,596 heat records have been broken, and there's still more to come. This, too, is another sign of the end of times as we know them, transition days, which is a time of extraordinary happenings, changes, and events. It's about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations, and that should be a very important question to ask. Everything is connected, and everything is numbered. It's also called fate or destiny. Again, Revelation chapter 16, verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch humans with fire. 9. And humans were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which has power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom or nation was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. 11. And blasphemed the God of heaven, because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. It's time for the spiritual and physical manifestation of the book of Revelation, and all these are more signs.